Hi everyone. So today we're doing a quick pick a card reading for your next 7 days. So I'm going to pull a card one each from the Rider-Waite, from the Everyday Witch, and from the Light Seers. And then once I've chosen the cards, then you can decide which card you resonate with the most. And there will be timestamps to find your card. So starting with the Rider-Waite, we have the Moon. So that's our first card, the Rider-Waite Moon. From the Everyday Witch, we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands from the Everyday Witch, and then from the Light Seers. Okay, that one definitely wants out. The Four of Wands. So here are our choices. We have the Moon, the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So take a moment. Can you see those? Take a moment to decide which card feels to you like it's most resonant with your next 7 days. And you can find your timestamp once you've chosen your card, and I will see you there. So for those of you who have chosen the Moon card from the traditional Rider-Waite deck, this is going to be your pick a card reading for the next 7 days. So you're starting out with this Moon energy, which is a major arcana, but it can also be an energy of not quite knowing what your next steps are, not really being able to see everything that's in front of you, and also an energy of perhaps facing your fears. So let's see what else we get. We have the King of Wands, the Tower, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Underneath, we have Strength, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Chariot, and the Four of Pentacles. So this to me feels like this is going to be a pretty significant week for you. This just doesn't feel like your average run-of-the-mill week, because I am seeing a few four major arcana. We have the Moon and the Tower, and the Strength and the Chariot. So I'm getting a sense that there's a calling for you here to really face your fear when it comes to something. The message that I'm getting is don't dim your light. So if there's something you're being called to do this week, which I can sort of already see that you are being called to do something, it's really saying don't let your fears get in the way. You're coming into the week knowing that there's something you have to face, but you're resisting it with this Tower. It's this feeling that if you don't face your fears and what you're being called to do, then there's probably going to be some kind of a divine intervention anyway. So whatever it is you have going on this week, it seems like it is going to require you taking steps, even if you don't know exactly where you're going or why you're going there, or even if it means facing a fear of some kind. You're being asked to take a leadership position with something with this King of Wands. There's a huge burden that you're being asked to take on. There's something going on this week that's big, that has to do with you taking the lead on something that no one else wants to do, that perhaps you are really facing your fears when it comes to whatever this is, and you know you have to do it. So you're stepping into this leadership role. That's what you're being called to look at. But it is going to require that you make a decision. And it looks like it's a decision about another person. And that may be what the problem is here. There might be a person in your energy who you may have to make a decision about, but you don't feel super comfortable about making that decision. Maybe you're making a decision for another person. Maybe it's a decision for someone that works for you. A lot of times with the King of Wands, this is a boss energy, and you're really being called to embody that role and take on the burdens that no one else wants to. And it does look like there's your biggest challenge this week is going to be in deciding what to do about this person. That's what I'm getting. So whether it's a person in your personal life or in your work life, it does look like you're being called to do something that you don't want to do. This is giving the energy perhaps of having to fire someone or give someone bad news about something, or where ultimately you have to be the judge and jury on this, that the decision looks like it lies squarely on your shoulders with this 10 of Wands. There is a message coming through here that this looks as though it's a blessing in disguise, in the sense that not only are you going to feel empowered when you take on this thing that you have to do, but it's also going to really push your spiritual journey forward with the Chariot. So your guides are really telling you that, yeah, this looks really scary. Nobody wants to do this. Nobody likes to fire people. Nobody likes to give someone bad news. But it's imperative for your spiritual journey. It's imperative for your spiritual growth. And I'm getting from this Strength card, like your solar plexus growth, your self-confidence, your self-worth. And we're getting, this really very strong, powerful, fiery energy twice with the King of Wands and the Strength card. So I do feel that this is something that you have been called to do because it's part of your spiritual growth. You will leave the week feeling a little bit beat up, like you just want to go and take a bath or take a nap or take a shot of whiskey or whatever you do after a tough week. But even though you will feel as though you want to curl up in the fetal position, with this 9 of Cups here, you are going to feel satisfied with the decision that you have made. So that is what I'm getting for your week. That just really the strongest messages are really to be fair and balanced in your decision. But it's like your intuition knows what the right thing to do is about this person. And do not dim your light. Make sure your light is bright. And with these fiery energies, I think that you will be able to do just that. So that is your reading, and please let me know if this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Hi, everyone. So if you chose the 8 of Wands from the Everyday Witch Tarot, then this is going to be your quick picks reading, pick a card reading for the next 7 days. So you're starting out with this energy of the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands is the card that I use for the doer, the person who is always on the go, the person who is always busy, the person who never really sits down because they're too busy going the distance on something. They like to have something to do, even sometimes if it's busy work, but we'll see as we go through your energy. But you are starting out the week with this 8 of Wands energy where you're really taking something and following through on it, committing to it. So let's see what other energies we get. We have the Emperor, the 2 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, lots of fiery Wands energy, and the 8 of Cups. Under the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So definitely I'm noticing a lot of fiery energy and a lot of action being taken this week. That is for sure. I am getting a sense here that there's something to do with leadership for sure, because the Emperor is showing up here. But I also think there's something else going on here that I'm trying to figure out what it means. But there's something else going on here about you perhaps detaching from some kind of a relationship. Like I want to feel like it was kind of you were committed to it. There was a partnership, there was a union, but it feels like it's a completion of something. So this could be a couple of different things. It's a very odd energy that's coming through. I'm not going to lie about that. It could be that some of you are leaving a long-term romantic relationship in order to focus on your work. That perhaps that particular relationship was getting in the way of you accomplishing all these goals that you feel like you want to accomplish. For others of you, which makes more sense to me, but I'm feeling the other thing too, where it's almost like you're leaving this very long-term relationship. Like it feels like you're leaving a higher commitment, like a marriage, that was in your way of pursuing your goals or your North Node. But the other scenario that could be, that may be for most of you, is that you're leaving a job that you've had for a very long time because you're pursuing some other goal, some other project, some spiritual calling. I do get the sense that you're coming into the week where you're doing so much with this Eight of Wands that it feels like there may be, you might not be stopping in your actions long enough to make a plan, that there may have been something impulsive about you leaving either the relationship or leaving the job. And when I say impulsive, it doesn't mean that you made the wrong decision. In fact, it looks like you've made the right decision from what I can see here. But it may be that there's so much activity going on that it's time to really kind of quiet down and listen to what your next steps are going to be. But I do see here with the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles that you are really taking on a leadership role. You're being asked to focus on your Emperor energy, to become the Emperor, so that you can lead others. It really feels like a leadership thing. And it may be why you've left this other job. If you are leaving another job for a new job, that maybe you just got a huge promotion where you are being asked to lead. Or it could be that you've left this long-term commitment because perhaps maybe your partner didn't want you to have a job that required you to be away from home so often, or whatever, make it make sense for you. But that's the energy. Those are the examples I'm getting from the energy that's coming off of this. But you are really being asked to take on that leadership role, because it looks like with this Knight of Pentacles here, that you're really being asked to lead people who want to do the work. So it looks like you are this Emperor who is kind of giving direction to these people who want to help further push your work, your project along, but you need people to help you do that. And it does seem like you're taking that leadership role on. You might have some challenges this week, though. There is a King of Wands in your energy. It could be who you are detaching from. So again, if you're leaving a romantic relationship or a family relationship, someone who's been in your way, they are showing up as the King of Wands, that the message here is you're detaching from that. Or this King of Wands could be a former boss or your present boss, because the King of Wands is very often a boss too. So it may be that you are detaching from an old job. So that tracks with what we're seeing here. But the challenge may be with that person, because we're getting the Five of Wands, that there may be some pettiness going on. There may be some game playing going on. There may be a competitive or mean-spirited nature with this person as you detach. So if this is an old boss or your current boss that you're leaving, there may be some petty, snide remarks made, or maybe things that may not have happened before you decided to leave, that there just may be things going on in that person's energy that's making them feel a little bit snarky towards you. But with the Five of Wands, it's always an energy of competition. It's always a feeling of jealousy. So it almost gives that vibe. This is a very low vibe person, at least right now, because they're feeling burned because you've decided to leave. So whether this is a boss, a family member, a romantic partner, make it make sense. But whoever this is really feeling this really petty energy that you've decided to detach from this. But it does seem like whatever energy you're headed towards, there's a King of Swords. So these feel like the people who are going to be under your leadership, this Knight of Pentacles and King of Swords. So there is a message here that as you detach from this snarky person, this competitive, jealous person, you're headed towards kind of a tribe of people who really want to work with you and strategize and really pay attention to the work that you're doing and not the fiery, competitive, mean-spirited nature of perhaps your past job or perhaps your past relationship. So, and then it looks like you're leaving the week very much in your work, very much in your emperor mode. You are investing into this new project and you're just going to put your head down with the 7 and 8 of Pentacles. You've decided what you want to put your efforts into. And now you're going to go and do it. You've taken these grapes off of the tree and now you're turning them into potions and wine or whatever you're doing, whatever product or project or work that you're doing. You're really taking this emperor role and you're having these people help you strategize and build these things. And this is kind of like your empire. These are your people, your customers, your product, whatever it is that you're working on. So you're really leaving the work feeling pretty confident about, you're leaving your week feeling pretty confident about where you're taking your new leadership role. So there you go. That's the reading. Please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Hi, everyone. So if you chose the 4 of Wands from the Light Seers deck, then this is going to be your pick a card reading, your quick picks reading for the next 7 days. So it looks like you're coming into the week with this 4 of Wands energy, which is obviously a very celebratory kind of energy. There's a feeling that milestones have been reached. You're coming into the week feeling very successful about something that's gone on in your life recently in the past. You had some stability, work that you have done, actions that you have taken, communications that have been said and done have really led to some successes. So let's see what else comes out for your week ahead. So we have the Lovers, the Star, the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Underneath, we have the King of Cups, the Emperor, the 4 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, and the Moon. So it feels to me like this week there's a lot of what feels like it's a very calm type of energy is first of all what I'm getting. So for example, the last reading I just did was very energetic and almost chaotic and a lot of messes to clean up kind of energy. But this one feels very, very calm to me. So we're starting with that. I also am getting a feeling that this is most likely a love reading because I'm seeing the Lovers, I'm seeing the 2 of Cups, I'm seeing the King of Cups, I'm seeing a lot of cups, a lot of water energy. But because I'm seeing all this major arcana, I'm seeing the Lovers, the Star, the Emperor, and the Moon. It's giving off an energy that there's a lot of learning that is going on, a lot of expansion. Someone is certainly transcending with the Star and the Four of Swords. There's a very much a transformation or an ascension going on here. And with the Lovers and the Star, it's giving this feeling that you're preparing for union with your person. So this very much feels like a love reading. And I feel like very strongly, and I almost never say this, but I feel like whoever this person is in your energy that has making you feel like this Four of Wands, whoever this romantic partner is for you, it feels like you have been together for lifetimes. And it also feels like you have been training together for lifetimes. This feels like a really big read. So you are coming into this week feeling very celebratory. You're feeling very protected. There is this evolution going on here in your relationship. It does feel like the past may have been a bit chaotic, which might be why this feels so calm, because it's like you're like the hardest part is past you, is what this is really strongly telling me. You are being called to, you're really being asked to choose each other, is what I just got. And to continue to just heal each other. With the Lovers and the Star coming in together as two major arcana, this relationship is you're both healing each other. Your person is healing you and you are healing your person. It seems like there's probably an awareness on both of your parts that this is going on, but not necessarily. And if not, I'm here to tell you. But this is a very healing relationship, which is probably why it feels so calm and so lovely. I do think that you're just, this is a repeating message almost with the Two of Cups and the King of Cups. This is certainly, you are dealing definitely with a person who loves you deeply. This is a person who can hold a lot of space for you and for your love and their love for you. A lot of deep spiritual love that this person, the capacity that this person has, that you are coming into union with. And I do feel like that's why we saw this Four of Wands, is because you are preparing. It's like, you're celebrating, you're both celebrating the fact that this is coming together, that this is something that you have been training for before in other lifetimes. And it feels like you're finally kind of getting it right this time around. The message that's coming through here is to stay very stable and grounded, because I was picking up that there may have been a chaotic energy in your past, but that to believe that this is now very stable, a very grounded and stable kind of energy and emotions. The Emperor is a 4, which is a very stable number. We have the Four of Wands, we have the Emperor, we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Four of Swords. So we have almost all of the 4s here. The only 4 I don't see is the Four of Pentacles, and we don't need it. So this is really a message from your guides to just stay balanced and stable, to keep your emotions very balanced during this time. Like, this is not a person here who looks like she's very excitable, right? She looks like she's very calm, even on the board side. But that's okay. That's what you're being called to do. You're called to stay in your power, remain calm at all times. And that's that calmness I was getting right from the bat. So even if you think that maybe it's too good to be true, maybe if your person starts to trigger you in a way that perhaps they did in the past, to just let it go and know that this is okay. This is okay. You're going to leave the week feeling very calm and protected, and you're going to feel the healing effects that you have on each other. But again, with this moon energy, you're leaving this week feeling like you still don't believe it. You still don't know where you're going. You still feel a little in the dark with this relationship. You're not leaving with a sun energy or the world energy or another celebratory energy. You're leaving the week feeling like, I have no idea where this relationship is going. And I think that's okay. It's going to take some time to continue the healing and to trust each other and knowing that this is really the best thing, regardless of all the triggering that you've done with each other in the past. So that is your next 7 days. This is a really beautiful reading. So please let me know if this was yours and how it was resonant for you. And we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.